Okay, we are now recording, and you should now be able to see my screen as well. So, once again, thank you for those who have joined me tonight. This is our new representative mentoring. It is October, I can't believe it, October the 3rd. And before we know it, Halloween's going to be here, and then Thanksgiving, and then, yes, Christmas and snow for those of us who live in the northern states. So, thank you for joining me. And I have another online meeting at 8 o'clock, so let me get going so that we can be off here by 7:45 at the latest. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself for those of you who don't know. And I would love, after I do so, if you guys would go ahead and be thinking about what's your why. What brought you to Avon? And I'd love for you, if you feel comfortable, to either speak and share what your why was, or to type in the chat box. So what brought me to Avon a little over 15 years ago was I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had been doing daycare in my home for about 3 or 4 years. And while I loved children, I started getting a little burnt out of taking care of other people's kids all the time, and having my house being cluttered with toys and so on. And so I started looking for other ways to make money from home, yet still be able to stay home with my two boys. And so I went online and I typed in just, work from home, and different ideas came up. And Avon was one of them. And I chose Avon because I was already a customer. I grew up with Avon because my grandma had sold Avon back in the 70s and 80s. And so I was very familiar with the products. I loved them. I was a customer, and I figured why not give it a shot. And back then, it was in 2003, it cost $20 to join, and I don't exactly remember what came in the kit because it's been so long. But we had district sales managers back then, and district sales manager came to my home, and I asked her to come about 1:15. And for you moms, you probably know that was shortly after my kids had gotten down for naps. And so she came over, and I got signed up, and my husband tells me after the fact, that he figured, oh, it'd just be something I'd do for a little while, and you know and not do it anymore. But here I am, about 15 and a half years later, still going strong with Avon. I love it. I love being able to set my own hours, work the way I want, how I want, make as much money as I want, take a day off when I want, not have to worry about getting fired. And so that's my story right now. Okay, so is anybody else, I see we have 3 other people on the call tonight, willing to either type in the chat box, or you can take yourself off mute and share with us what brought you to Avon. What's your why? So if you're willing to do so, go ahead and take yourself off mute and state your name and what brought you to Avon. And if you don't want to share, that's fine. If you would maybe put a little something in the chat box. Jennifer, can you hear me now? You had typed that you're seeing messages but don't hear anything or see anything. Maybe your speakers aren't on your computer. Can anybody else hear me? Timothy, can you hear me? Jesse? If so, type in the chat. Okay, good. Jesse can hear me. Tim was talking earlier, so he must be able to hear me. Jennifer, Try your speakers. I'm actually texting her right now. Give me a minute. Okay. So, Jesse, I see you typed into the chat box. Can you tell us a little bit about what brought you to Avon? Would you be willing to share? Or Tim? All right. Well, I would love for you guys to share with me privately then, if you'd be willing to. Okay. And I'm going to move on to the next thing. Okay. What I want to do now is go through the YourAvon.com website and just point out a few things that I want you to take note of. So on Your Avon, and it's called 2.0 because they just updated the website recently. When you're logged in, there's a few things I want to point out. The first thing is up here in the upper left-hand corner, the Avon U training. If you click on the Avon U training here, you will see there are different videos, there are different activities that you can do and take, and different achievements and badges that you can earn. And you can learn all kinds of things from learning about the website. There are product knowledge videos and training, lead contact strategy, how to uh, find leads, whether for customers or new representatives, social sharing and recognition, learning all about Facebook and Twitter, and I talk a little bit more about that. And about our compensation plan, introduction to Aspira, our health and wellness line, and outreach, just all kinds of things that you want to check out. So the training is very valuable. You'll want to learn as much as you can about products and so on so that you can earn more money. Okay? Then going back to the home page, also I want to point out Avon Social. In Avon Social, this is our platform that you can use to share to social media. The first thing you want to do is go to the training tab here. This training tab will walk you through how to set up a Facebook page for your business and how to set up a group and all kinds of things there, and we'll show you how to share different content and stuff. And you can create different posts in the content planner. Actually is very handy. If you click on that, this will help you set up your week that you can share through your Facebook straight to your page and your groups and so on. And then down here, there's things like campaigns. We have a new campaign every 2 weeks. Campaign 22 just began. And then there's things on makeup, Aspira, our best sellers, and beauty tutorials, all kinds of things that you can share on Facebook. There's Facebook covers, things on fundraising. We have a sweepstakes every campaign, and these are great tools that you'll want to learn about the holiday season and so on. So check out Avon Social. Set up a Facebook page and group for your customers. You can learn all of that here in the training tab. And we will have a question and answer here at the end. I do see some of you are chatting, and I'm going to try to read that as we go. Also, on your Avon 2.0, you can see you have a search bar. So if you ever are looking for a product, say like Amari, which is our best-selling fragrance, you can just type Amari in, and it will show you the different results. So our skin softener, body lotion, and you can look up the current prices of things. You can add them to your order and so on. So right now the Amari is on sale for $12.99. Okay, so that search bar comes in handy. And also there's an enter items. So when you are collecting orders, you want to go ahead and put them in so that you don't lose anybody's customer orders. You can simply put in the 6-digit product number. If you've added your customers in your web office, and I'll show you that in a little bit, you can choose the customer, add it to next campaign, or add it to the current campaign. And you can save all your orders in your order cart, and we're going to talk about when orders are due in a little bit. And if you don't have the product numbers and you want to look at a brochure, you can go to brochures here as well. Okay, so campaign 22 comes up. It'll show all the brochures that you can order out of in this campaign. We have our What's New for 23 and 24, the outlet books, and the extra little flyers that they have. So if you want to look through a book, you just click on it, and you can flip page to page. If you want to add something to an order, you just click on the product, choose your size in this case, and add it to your order. So that is how you're going to save your orders in your order cart. Okay, let me check the chat box here. Let's see. Where did my chat box go? Okay, so Jessie says she's also a stay-at-home mom with 2 kids. She loves helping other people with tips and advice about makeup, etc. And she wants to know if they still have social media for Avon for smartphones. We've changed our social media platform. It's now Avon Social. To be honest, I don't know if there's a smartphone app for it. But you can go into your browser and log into your Avon.com and pull up Avon Social through that way. Does that answer your question, Jessie? Okay. Now, in your web office, this is where you're going to keep track of, you can edit your website, you can add customers, you can invoice customers, and so on. So there's a lot to your Avon.com. So, don't feel like you're going to learn it all in one night. And if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to me. And we also, I think all of you are in our Facebook group. So feel free to ask any questions, and anybody that knows the answer to can answer it. So to add customers, you're going to go to your address book here, customers and groups, and you can add a customer here. You can group them into different things like church friends, school friends, relatives, stuff like that if you want. But you can just add a customer, and you want to put their first and last name and at least one form of contact. Email, phone, and you can open this up and add their address. If you have all the things, that's great. If you have their email, that's even better, because Avon will send out automated emails each campaign. And so if they check their email regularly, they'll get emails from Avon, which will take them straight to your website for shopping. And we'll send them promo codes and things like that. So make sure you add customers to your address book. If you put in their orders under their individual name, you have what's called an invoice tool. And also you can see your customer order history. For instance, I had a lady call me today, and she couldn't remember the name of one of the fragrances that she always buys. I know she likes Amari, but neither one of us could remember which was the other one she liked. So I was able to look it up, and it was like, oh, it was Far Away. And that's the fragrance she liked, because I looked up in her order history, her customer order history. And so she wanted one of each of those. So if you have them separated by orders, you can pull up their invoices. And I just invoiced my customers earlier today. I should have waited. So it'll pull them up, and these are some of the orders that I just got in today. and I can look and see, oh, and Sherlon ordered some Skin So Soft, and I can have her prices right in there. I can have her service charge 75 cents. I can put the tax rate in there, and it calculates everything for me, her order. And see, then I can print this, and it'll be a nice professional. If you look, I'll show you the print. It'll be a nice professional invoice that you can put into your customers' orders. And it beats having to write them all down in that handy dandy order book. So in the web office, you can manage your customers. You can also edit your online store. If you have not edited your online store, I highly recommend that you personalize it. Okay? For one thing, put your own picture here. There will be a generic picture there. Put your own picture there. So when people go to your store, they know, if they know you personally, they know that they have the right you. If they don't know you personally, they can get to know you personally. You can edit it. You can add your own story. You can put any kind of contact information you want. I do not put my address, but I have my city and my phone number. And you can edit what products you want shown here. So I have the Velvet, which is the Campaign 22 special. I always want people to enter the sweepstakes because then they can win free products, but also I want to be able to get their contact information. Okay, so make sure you go in and edit your store. I know I'm going through a lot, so bear with me. Okay, so let's see. Those are the main things I wanted to talk about on YourAvon.com. Let me go back there. Come on. It's thinking or something. Okay. So let's see. Those are the main things that I wanted to talk about. If you go to your account information here, this will show your, you can edit your picture, your name and address if you move, your contact information. It'll show your district number and account number. And it should show, I do not have a mentor per se, because I was signed up back in the day by a district sales manager. But under the account information here, it'll probably say your mentor and have me listed and my phone number there somewhere as well. Okay, and under account up here, this is where you can pay your Avon bill. So you can see my balance, how much I owe. I can make a payment just by clicking Make Payment. And I do need to make a payment here soon. So you can choose Quick Pay if you want to enroll with your bank account. You can just pay with your debit or credit card, which I just use my debit card. And brand new, you can use PayPal even. So if you want to pay with PayPal. So you just put in your information and pay your bill. Okay. Any questions on this so far? I know it's a lot. I'm going to move on while you guys type out any questions because, like I said, I have another meeting at 8 o'clock. Okay, so I have some flyers here that I want to talk about. We talked about the What's Your Why. The next thing I want to talk about is what we call the memory jogger. Okay? As you're beginning your business, it's very important that you create a list of people and places that you go so that you can have a nice list handy to know, to kind of have a plan of who you're going to be talking to about Avon. And who you're going to be giving brochures to, sharing your website with, and so on. And I will be sending all of these flyers to all of you in an email after we are done tonight. Okay, so on the memory jogger, it basically says everyone is a potential customer or new recruit, and creating and building a contact list will help you grow your business. Your network is a lot bigger than you think. Use this simple sales tool to jog your memory for all the people you haven't come in contact with and add your contacts on page 2. Okay, so of course, family, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, etc. Think of other people, though, the bank teller, the mail carrier, the dentist, doctor's offices, if you need to get your car repaired, repair places, shoe when you buy the shoe store, if you go buy new shoes, restaurants, waitresses, greeters, etc. The health club, people at the gym, your children's schools, of course, people on Facebook, people that you went to high school with or college, people you go to church with, basically everybody you know or everybody that you don't necessarily know personally but you come in contact with is a potential customer or recruit. And on the second page of this is a place where you can create a list. So you want to start thinking of people that you come in contact with and use this up here as your memory jogger. So your mom might be your first person, or your sister, or the lady who cuts your hair, or the man who cuts your hair. So start thinking of people and write down their preferred contact method. If you don't know, write down their phone number or what you have for now. And let them know that you have begun your Avon business and get a brochure or your website in their hands. Okay? And you can use this kind of as a checklist. Okay, I talked to this person. I gave them a book. But then you want to make sure that a day or two later you follow up with them. And that's where your preferred contact method comes in. So if somebody prefers getting a phone call, then you call them. If they prefer texting, you text them. If they prefer email, you email them. I'm sure you're not going to send people postcards or letters on a regular basis, but I do have a mailing list that I keep, and on occasion I will send out postcard reminders to people, or I will mail brochures, and I do use a service called Campaign Mailer, and I can share that with you, where they send it out bulk mail, and it's cheaper. And so you want to make a list. And on here, there is room for 40 names, okay? So this is my challenge to you. Come up with 40 names, places, contacts, etc. These are not necessarily people that you've already given books to, but these people are that or places that you're going to get books into their hands in the next couple weeks. And I will send you a free gift for getting 40 people or places. Okay? So you will get this. Then you want to start getting books out and so on. Also, in your first 7 campaigns, I probably emailed this or texted this to all of you already, and you probably got one in your kit. You can sell the Daily Care Collection. It's 7 products for $19.99. It's a great deal. And this is a great tool to send out to those people that you put on your list. Okay, you can send just a text or an email. You can say something like, I just started my own Avon business for a limited time. I can order this Daily Care Collection for you for just $19.99. How many would you like? And for every one that you sell in your first 7 campaigns, you will earn $8. Okay, so that is a great tool even before you can get a book in somebody's hand that you can text to them. All right. I'm going to move on. We will have questions and answers, so if you have any, go ahead and type them in the chat box as you think of them, and we will get to those. Okay, so now you're starting to get orders and so on, so you want to know, how much am I going to earn? How is getting all these orders going to benefit me? So this is our Kickstart for new representatives. And here's how it works. In your first 90 days with Avon, you can earn over $1,000 when you achieve all your Kickstart goals. And how it works is in your first campaign order, you will earn 40% no matter what your order size is. Okay? If you sell $1, you're going to earn 40 cents. If you sell $50, you will earn $20, and so on. Then, if you look at the chart here, in your 2nd through 7th campaigns, when you reach this sales goal and it increases by just $50 each campaign, and this column shows you approximately how many customers you would need to reach this sales goal, you will continue to earn 40%, and if you sold $150, you would earn $60, $280, and so on. Of course, you can go over these goals. The more you sell, the more you're going to earn. If you get $150 in your 2nd campaign, but don't quite reach the $200 in your 3rd campaign, that's okay. You will still earn 20%, but you want to shoot for $200 in your 3rd campaign to continue getting a 40% earnings. If you miss the 3rd campaign, but you do get $250 in your 4th campaign, you will still earn 40%. There's no penalty for missing one of them. Okay? And being this time of year with the Christmas stuff and the holiday season coming, it should be easier for you that have just joined recently to hit these goals, because I'm sure you have figured the holiday season is our best time to sell. Okay. So, also, during your Kickstart, which is your first 7 campaigns, if you bring on a new qualified recruit, someone to join Avon, because I'm sure you know other people that want freedom to be home with their kids or to make some extra money, you can earn $50 per person who joins your team. Then, if you get 3 qualified recruits at $50 each, you would earn $150. Of course, you can do more. And if you achieve all these sales goals and at least 3 people, you will earn another $200 bonus for a total of $1,010 or more. So, type in the chat box, what would you do with your $1,000? Think about that a minute and go ahead and type, and I will get back to you on that. Okay, I know this is a lot, so feel free to ask any questions in the chat box, and I will get to them. All right, so also in Recruits Equals Rewards, and you will receive $50, I said, for every person who joins your team, and also in your first 5 campaigns, when you place an on-time order of $50 or more, you're going to receive free pack of 10 Avon brochures to help you get started with your next campaign. Okay? So you can earn free brochures too. All right. Get lots of samples. Jesse said, yes, samples are great. People love to try things. Just remember, when you give people samples, though, make sure that you follow up on those samples. I'll give you a story. My representative, who I was buying from back before I joined Avon, used to always throw samples in my bag, in the bottom of the bag, and she'd never say anything about them. I would kind of find them, but a lot of times I didn't know what to do with them. I'd put them in my bathroom, and I'd intend to use them, but I never did. But if she would have called me, because back then we didn't text, if she would have called me and said, hey, I put this sample in your bag, or if she would have told me when she delivered it that there was a sample in my bag and what it was for and how to use it, I probably would have used it. If she would have followed up on that sample, I would have tried it. I may or may not have liked it. If I liked it, I probably would have bought it, and she would have got another sale. So, don't just give people samples. Let them know what they're for. Let them know how to use it. And follow up to see if they liked it. And ask for the order. Okay. I'm going to stop for a minute. You can either take yourself off mute, or you can type in the chat box. Does anybody have any questions about anything we've talked about or anything that's on your mind at the moment? Okay. One other thing that I want to show you tonight is this is our mail plan. This is our calendar of when we put orders in. I'm going to show you on the website here. Let me go back to well, here it is right here. On the very front page of the website, it will always say right here in kind of the middle, Campaign 22, which is what we're on, is due by 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time on Tuesday, 10/16/28. So it's always going to tell you when the last day in time that you can submit the order. Okay? This calendar, though, I'm going to scroll down to Campaign 22, shows us, actually, I'm sorry, let me scroll back to the top. This is when the campaign opens, when you can start submitting orders. And this is, it says noon, they've actually changed it to 5 p.m. This is when the last time that you can submit an order. Okay? So, let's scroll down to Campaign 22. Campaign 22 opened for us today, October 3rd. On October 3rd, you can start submitting orders for Campaign 22, which means you would have had to be collecting orders already. So you'll find that you probably have, depending on when you got your kit, you might have some Campaign 22 brochures, but you probably have 23s and maybe 24s already. This is why you get books early, because you can start submitting orders on October 3rd, and then all your Campaign 22 orders must be submitted by Tuesday, 10/16 by 5 p.m. Okay, and it's going to tell you that on your front page. Okay, you can submit as many orders as you want between this time frame. However, each time you submit an order, you have to pay shipping. Okay, so what I do is I collect orders from my customers, and I submit my orders on that second Sunday. So, for instance, I would submit my Campaign 22 order on October 14th. So, if you look on the back of your books, there's a part that says brochure effective until. I date mine, my 22s, I would date for like 10/13, because I want to submit my orders on 10/14. And there's always those that call you the day after your orders you put on the book, asking if you can still order for them. So instead of, submitting all your orders individually, I recommend that you choose a day that's good for you, knowing that your products are going to come to you just 2 or 3 days later. That's good for you to submit all your orders at once, so that you're only paying one shipping fee, and you're going to charge each customer 75-cent processing fee, which helps to pay for that shipping fee. Okay? And then, the products come in, you sort them, you deliver them, have your customers pick them up, however you're going to work that out, and submit one order a campaign. Now, of course, you can submit more. You can also back order. So if in Campaign 23 somebody still wants to order out of the 22 book, they can. All right. So I recommend taking a look at this calendar, and I will share it with you as well via email. And choose a day that might be good for you to submit your orders. I do Sunday nights. So that's up to you. You can be an early submitter. You can be a late submitter. I know some people that submit two orders a campaign. They do, every Sunday they submit an order, and their customers know that. So just you choose what's best for you. Just don't go submitting an order every day, because you're going to end up paying too much in shipping. Okay, so this is a calendar, and basically it's every 2 weeks. A campaign opens on Wednesday. It closes not the next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. So 23 opens on the 17th, closes on the 30th, and so on. Okay? And you will get this, I will send this calendar to you. Okay, you're going to see, we do have 26 a year, and Campaign 26 ends December 11th, which means Campaign 1 actually goes in still at the end of the year. So because of Christmas and stuff, that's why they end it early. Okay, so that people, this is still 2 weeks before Christmas, so that people can get their items if they want for Christmas. Okay, so you want to make sure as we're getting closer and closer to Christmas, that people absolutely drop dead to get their orders in by December 11th. Okay, now when products come out, I'm going to tell you guys, if you've never been through an Avon Christmas, some of you might have sold before, products come in and they get sold out like that sometimes. We can't completely determine what the demand is going to be. So if somebody's wanting something, there's some kids products coming out soon. If they're wanting the JoJo doll, they need to order that JoJo doll as soon as they see it. Okay? So provide good customer service and that kind of thing. All right, any questions? Okay, so bottom line is you want to make sure you get on your Avon.com, you check out the training and Avon Social, okay, that you set up your website if you haven't, and make sure you edit it to personalize it a little bit. You want to go over your memory jogger, make a list of people and places that you're going to be talking to about your Avon business. Okay, and then start getting brochures, your website, and the Daily Care collection in their hands. Then you're going to want to keep track of your sales, especially in your first 7 campaigns, so that you can reach these goals. Okay? And I will be helping you to watch those goals so that you if you're close, you don't miss out and so on. So this says 2nd campaign, 3rd campaign, 4th campaign. If you are going to be submitting your very first order in campaign 22, I would mark by 2nd campaign, I would put a 23 in there so you know what your 2nd campaign is. 24, 25, 26, and then this is going to be 1, 2. Okay? And work on reaching these sales goals so that you can take advantage of that 40%. Okay? Also, share the opportunity. You can earn $50 per person, and then you can earn other bonuses for that on your team sales and so forth as well, even after you start building a team, and we'll talk about that another time. But in your first 7 campaigns, you earn that $50 per person. After that, it's only $20 per person. Okay, so take advantage of it now and earn $50 per person who joins your team bonus on top of this team sales that you're going to be earning. Okay? So that is all I wanted to talk about tonight. I will send a recap in an email of this. And when the recording uploads, I will send that as well so you can rewatch it if you want. And thank you for joining me. If nobody else has any questions, we will go for tonight. And of course, share on our group page, our Facebook group, and you know how to message me and so on. But let's try to learn from each other as well. Thank you. Have a good night, and I will be talking to you soon.